welcome back, Christmas friends. I am so happy you're here and you took the time to see what I am up to. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Yanni and I'm doing this all year round Christmas channel. Here you find every Wednesday new content and sometimes some couple of extra inspiration. So for now, let's jump in to see what I am up to. And for today's Christmas DIY, we are going to take out our tumbling tower blocks again and we are going to try to make some Christmas presents. You can use them in your tea tray or you can use them just as decor, so we will see how this will turn out. What I'm going to do right now is just an experiment because I'm going to try to make just a little example for a little Christmas present. So I'm just going to take 3 blocks and I'm going to make 3 blocks of 3 and 2 of 4. So we will see if what I'm thinking is correct. So I am just going to make 3 blocks from 3 and 2 from 4, like I said. So this is going to take a little moment. So if you don't like it, just skip forward, because I always try to make first an experiment before I make them bigger. So I always do them a little bit in a smaller way, and later then I can always make them bigger. So we already have 2 of them. We do the third one, and this way just remove always immediately your glue. That's always a little bit better to work with, then you don't have to get it away later. So this is already number 3 for our 3 blocks. Now we only need 2 of the 4 blocks, and a lot of you like it that I show also how I do it. So, but like I always say, if you don't like it and it's taking you much too long of your time, then just skip forward and see the DIY a little bit later. And you see this is one of the 4. And of course, their blocks, not every blocks are the same measurement, so you have to work out a little bit what's your measurements, because this one are a little bit smaller than the ones from the Dollar Tree, if I am correct. From the Dollar Tree also the sticks are always a little bit bigger than like we have them here. So, but of course, just look, this is just an example where you can hold on to and just make the measurements you need. Now you see already I have now 2 of them from 4, and I have to squeeze them because I want them so as flat as I can have them. You see already now I have, oh, I have already 2 from 4 and 3 from 3 parts. We are going to use this as a top because I'm not going to make a bottom in it, because that's easier to decorate it later. So I'm going to glue the first 3, I'm going to glue on here, just this way, and just squeeze it. Make sure that you have it straight and work away your glue. You see, this is what you get. Now we're going to do the one with the 4. We're going to do some glue over here, and we are going to glue the one with the 4 piece. I already have my fingers in it. I'm so sorry. Always when I am doing it from in front of my camera, it is always going to this way. And now you have this corner, you see, a little bit this way. I hope the camera picks it up right. So now we go to this one and we are going to do 1 of 3. Again, just glue a little bit of the glue on the sides and just squeeze it in. Keep it in place for a little moment. And we are going to do the last piece from 4. And again, a little bit of glue, and then we will see if this works out or not. I squeeze it And of course I see already that my blocks are not the same length like normal. So I have to work away with it a little bit. You see already, this is when you get your blocks not totally in the same measurements. You see here you get a nice little corners, what you don't want to have. Then I will remove the glue. You see here, this is still my first example. You see already, and now I have a little bit of the sides open. I did 4 of 3 blocks and then you get this. And now I'm going to do 1 of 3 and I'm going to lay it inside of it. And of course it is not totally the same measurement, but I think it doesn't matter. But of course I hope you have the blocks which are fitting totally for your present. But you see, now I can glue this on top of here and now I get this kind of present. And of course we will make a present out of it. This is just a base for a little first present. It's not perfect, I have to tell you that also, because I always love to show you also things that doesn't go right. And I'm going to glue it on top of here and then we will see later how I will decorate it. And then I promise you he will really look like a little present. But of course I really hope you have the measurement you need. This is already a second experiment and of course you can make it any way you like. I am going to make a bigger one then I hope I get the right measurement so he will fit totally inside of here. I already did my camera off because this is a little bit more a task than I thought it would be, because I don't want to go saw. Of course I can get my jigsaw and I can cut the little tumbling towel blocks in the shape I want, but that is not what I wanted to show you, because I wanted to show you also, because not everyone has a jigsaw, I wanted to show you also that you can make a little present for your tea tray or for in your decor without sewing. Of course you saw me making the little ones and I also thought maybe if I turn it around it also can be a little stand for a little Christmas tree you can buy anywhere. So I am really liking this one a little bit more already than my present does. So I made 2 little presents and of course I show to you later to decorate it. And now it doesn't look perfect, but maybe after we decorate it, it will. And of course I show you now one bigger present, but it takes a little bit more blocks. Probably I need 12 on each side. That will be 24 a little bit 48 blocks, and I still need to use for the top, I still need a little piece of cardboard, because with this measurement of my tumbling tower blocks I will never get a square, and I am really loving a present with a square. So I will give the sides, I will do together with you, and then we're going to do a top of a little bit of a cardboard top. So we still have a present, but we are still cheating a little bit because it's not totally with tumbling towel blocks, but maybe your measurements are a little bit better. So enough talking, let's go right at to our DIY. The first thing that we're going to do, we are going to make from 6 blocks, we are going to do this way. We are going to glue them together and we are going to make 8 of this one, 8 of the 6 blocks. So this is what I mean with 6 blocks in a row of 6 pieces of tumbling towel blocks, and I will make 8 of this one. You see already I have my 8 pieces of 6 blocks. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do every time 2 together. So every time make a wall from 2 pieces. So I will do a little bit of glue on top of here and just gluing the other one against each other, and try to squeeze it very hard to make it as flat as you can, so you get a nice side of your present. You see, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do the other ones also, and then we're going to build it together. Again, we have now 4 balls from our little present. So what I'm going to do, I will lay one down and I'm going to do some glue on one side, and I will build it up and put it on top of each other and try to get it as even as you can and squeeze it so you get it in the middle, and remove again the glue. Then later on when you have to paint it, it looks a little bit better. So you see already we have one wall. Now we're going to the other one, and next to this one will be on top. This one is in front and this one will be on top of the first piece, and we are going to lay it to each other and try to get it as even as you can. And most of the time I'm laying it down and move it and keep it in place for a little while. And if we are now correct, this one will be fitting inside of this one and this one. So this one here in and this one on top. And so you get a nice, oh, I have to show it to you. So you get a nice square. So I'm going to glue this one. I also, like I said, I also love to show you things that don't go right every time, because I'm, like I always say, an amateur just like you, and I'm just going to try something. So, and don't worry if it doesn't work immediately the way you like it to be. Just try again, like I always do too. So not everything works the first time, and maybe ideas always change in your head, at least in my head. Maybe I have a strange head. You see already, now you have a nice square. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a piece of cardboard or a piece of wood, just what you have laying around, and I'm going to glue this one on top of here. See here, I found in my stash an old piece of wood, and this is just a panel from a backside of an old dresser. So I hope you have something laying around also of a piece of cardboard from your groceries. It doesn't matter, it just needs to have a square. So I'm going to place it on top of here. I will draw it out with my pencil, and then I'm going to saw it out. And of course, if you have cardboard, it's much easier, you just cut it out with a scissor. So I hope you have cardboard, and I have my old piece of wood. Of course, for this wood you don't need a jigsaw, you just can use a little hand saw. So I will lay it or place it on top of here and just make a square around it this way. So I still have use of my old piece of wood where you normally throw it away. So I never throw anything away, at least I try. So you see a nice little square, and I will use my hand saw, and I'm just going to saw it out, and then I'm going to glue it on top of our present. You see already we did cut out my little square. What I'm going to do, I'm going to glue it on top of here, but before I'm going to do that, I did this from a little bit of a thicker wood. But of course, if you have a little bit thinner wood, you still can do it. You don't even have to use a hand saw, you can still do it with some knife. Of course, you have here in the Netherlands we call it a Stanley mes. So you know what I mean, you can just use a knife to cut it out. So I'm going to do some glue on the side of my frame, and I'm going to glue it on top of here. And now, of course, I have to do a little bit more glue than normally, because I want to make sure that it will stick in place. And we're going to glue this on here, and we squeeze it a little bit, and now he is ready to paint. And I am going to use the white chalk paint. And you see already I took out my white chalk paint. I used a little bit of the lid because that's more than enough, because I want to only to give it a little bit of a distressed look. So I have here my kitchen towel, and I will dab off the most of the paint. So I'm just going to go out a little bit of the distressed look, just not totally in the white color, but of course if you like it totally in the white color, also fine. I am just going to give it a little bit of a distressed look. already I did the big one, and of course I also do the little ones, and I am going to use one as a present and two of this one I am going to use as a little plant holders, plant containers, just how you call it, because I like them so much. I am really in fond of my little containers for my little Christmas tree. So I make two of them and I make two presents. So, and everything, one is so simply made from a tumbling tower block, so everyone can make this, and of course this one also, but we did cheat a little bit with the top, but of course, like I said earlier, if you have the right blocks, you can make a square also for the top. See already, everything is in the white distressed look right now. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my cheap furniture wax and I'm going to make a little bit also the same way like I normally distress my pieces. I just do some furniture wax on top of here, take a piece of kitchen towel and again just dab a little bit off so you don't get too much on your distressed piece, or which one you want to distress. Just go on the sides to give it a little bit more of an older finished look. So I will do all of them and then I show you how the result will be. I distress both of them. What you still can do, I don't do it because I don't like it, because if you like a little bit, also a little bit of the black distressing, you also can do little pieces of black to make it to make it look much older. So, but I am going to, just for the brown and the little bit of the white chalk paint, what I'm going to do, you see already on my table, you cannot see everything. I took out some ribbon. You see already a little kind of trucks I will use. Of course I have this kind of ribbon. I have a little bit with the gold. I have smaller ones. This is the velvet ribbon, the red. I have the velvet in a little bit in the wider size in the green. I have a couple of the green picks. Just this as old branches I am always using, and we need of course some couple of the bottle brush trees, and I have some green berries because I like a little bit more of the neutral tone, but you can go any way you like. What I'm going to do first is doing the bigger present. I am going to take a little piece of my ribbon and I am going to turn over my present, and I'm going to glue the ribbon inside in the middle of this way, glue it inside, turn it over to the other side, and also again glue it inside of this one over here. So we get two pieces, one over here and one over here. So you see already I did 4 of the sides, and you just look at it this way in the inside. So it's very easy to do. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little piece of my picks, the one with the green, the most green ones, because they are a little bit the lighter green ones and the darker green ones. So I take a little bit the lighter. I'm going to glue one over here, and from this one I'm also going to get the other part. So I have 2 of the same pieces. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bend them a little bit and I'm going to glue them in the middle of our little present. You see, I did both of them in the middle. What I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to take a little piece of the berries and also lay one down over here and the other one down on this way. So we make a little stacking up of our little pieces we want to do inside. But I'm going to keep it with this way, and I'm going to do a little bow on top. But of course you can go all the way and make it as crazy as you like. I am going to, like I said, a little bit of the neutral tone. So I'm going to glue this on top of here. So you see, I did glue also our berries on top of here and make it a little bit more standing up, so it looks, it comes more to life, our little present. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little piece of my ribbon and I'm going to make 4 of the same measurement. I'm just going to cut off one piece, and now we are going to bend it over, make it double, and just cut it off this way. And we are going to make a fisttail. So we're going to fold it together just cut it off sideways this way, so we get a nice little fishtail. We are going to cut this open, and now we have for our present, we turn it around of course because it's velvet, and we have nice little fishtails for our present. I show it to you right now. Now I'm going to do a one this way and one this way, and also make it glue it inside of here. And now I know it doesn't look right, but with a little bow later it will look okay. So I do two on this way, two on the other side. You see I did them on both sides, and of course you see the middle is really not nice to see, but I'm going to make a simple bow for on top of here, and then it will look okay. You see here I did cut out 4 of the same length of my ribbon, and of course you can choose any length you like. I just did a centimeter of 20 between the 15 and 20. You can choose that. That's then when you make a little bit of a nice bow. So I did 4 times, and I did on each side a fishtail. I took a little piece of wire, I cut off. What I'm going to do is very simple: fold it together, squeeze it, and keep it in your hand. Exactly, you do the other side also, and you squeeze it again. It will not be a very big bow because on my present I don't want to have a really big bow. Turn it over this way, and of course work a little bit with it. This is the most simple bow you can imagine, because like I always say in my videos, I am not a great bow maker. So this one on top of here, just squeeze it, and we are going to do the last one. I only make 4 loops because I think that's enough for my little present, and I'm going to fold this one over here. What I'm going to do right now, take my piece of wire, place it in between, and of course some people have beautiful bow makers, so if you have them, oh, you are so lucky. I am we don't have them over here. So, and I'm going to turn it over and turn them as long as he's finished, and I'm going to work with it. See here, I have my present over here, I have my bow over here. What I'm going to do, just do some glue in between the place you want to have your bow. And of course my bow is already gone. So I'm going to place my bow in between, and I'm squeeze it and keep it in place for a little while until it's dried up, and then I'm going to work with it to give it a nice shape. You see already, this is how our first present turned out. In a moment I show you the end reveal of everything, so then you can see it a little bit better. We are going to now further to our little present, and of course this is just our block. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to take the wider green one, and I'm going to do the same as I did with the other one. I'm just going to glue it, turn it over, and just make this over here, and then I'll show it to you the next step. And here you see already our little present, and again you see it inside. You just see I did little pieces inside, glued it and bend it over it, and it already looks a little bit more like a present. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to take one of my greenery, but of course I will cut off some pieces, but I am going to make them a little bit smaller because the present is small, so you don't want to have too much big greenery on top of here. So I make little pieces of this, you see already, just cut off, and I make 3 and not 4. This time I will make 3 and little pieces. What I'm going to do, I'm going to glue it on top of here in a 3-way, so this way. I hope I can show it to you. I show it to you in a moment a little bit better. You see already, I did not 3, I also did a little piece one, little piece over here for greenery, because I liked it even a little bit better. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut out little pieces of the green ribbon again, and I'm going to cut it a little bit shorter, and now I'm going to glue it under one of my greenery, so this way, and I'm just going to let it fall down, so this way. That's the great thing about this ribbon. It is not with wire, so it falls down very easily. And I'm just going to turn it up and just squeeze it under here and just let it fall down. And now we're going to do our greenery on top of here, and we are going to do one on the other side again. Cut off a little piece so you get a nice little, I showed you a little bit better this way, and just do some glue on the back side. Turn over your greenery and just squeeze it under and pull your greenery down again. Now you get two nice sides on your press. And of course you can also do this side if you like that. I'm keeping it this way. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to make a little simple bow the way you tie your shoes. And I'm going to look for if I do it with this ribbon or else I will do it with some smaller ribbon, because I have it in different colors. But of course we want to have the velvet on the outside, so I'm going to do my best, because this one does not have the velvet on both sides. So if you have a ribbon for both sides it would be amazing, but I don't have it, so I will struggle with it a little bit, and then we're going to glue it on top of here. You see already our little bow just made with the way you tie shoes. What I'm going to do to finish it off is just take little tops of our berries, so just cut off the tops because I don't want them have too long, and I'm going to glue this on top of here, just on the above your greenery, and just squeeze it inside. And also for the other side a little piece, and again do some glue on top of here and just glue it inside and wait a little second until it is dried up. Oh, you see already he is already on my hands, because glue is always on my hands. I don't know why how people do that, but I am always under my glue. And you see now I did also a piece of I have the little bit of the thicker ribbon, but also have the velvet smaller ribbon. I'm going to lay down in between one of the velvet smaller ones and one on the other side. Just squeeze it a little bit inside. It doesn't matter how you do it, just work a little bit inside of it to give a nice little touch on your present, and just keep this in place. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue on my bow, and I'm going to glue my bow over here. And also here you see our little present, and I am really happy eventually how it turned out, and so easy to make. You can use them in a tea tray, you can use them in your own decor. So we have already our two presents finished. Now the only thing you need to do is our two little containers we will use for our brush bottled tree. I have to tell it right. I'm going to do some green ribbon on the underside of our containers. You see it this way, so I will glue this on both of them, and then we're going to do the tree, and then you see the end reveal. And here you see already the end reveal of our two made present and our two made little containers for our little Christmas trees. And I am really happy how all of them turned out, and just so simple to make from tumbling towel blocks you can buy at Dollar Tree at Action. I hope you give it a try. In a moment I'll show it to you a little bit closer, but for now, thank you so much for being here and spending a little time of your day together with me. I am so thankful for that. So, and if you like this content, of course I hope you will consider subscribing to my all year round Christmas channel for lots and lots of more Christmas inspiration. And of course go to our description box, there you find also all the links you need for our other channels. So go ahead, check it out for lots of inspiration. For now, enough talking. We wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. Stay safe. See you next time. Bye.